get the cake right to the side sex. Leave the fire and the roof styles stuck on it. Grind like we're chasing the stars. From Millmore to Du Valley, we've come so far. Talk about legends, yeah, we know the score. Ronnie and Bobby, we remember you more. From the highs of the Wembley fight to losing our trousers, still we ignite. Red and white with the pride, we're never gonna bow. Fighting like Miller men, hear the roar now. We're Miller men, we stand up tall. Through ups and downs, we giving it all. From Millmore to Du Valley.
Good evening and welcome to our latest instalment of Midweek Millers. I'm your host, Bez, or Mr. Besley, or David, whatever you want to call me. We have got 3 guests. I've got 2 on, and I've got Nelson, who has just joined just at the last minute. So
good time.
Let me just quickly, good time. Let me just quickly change these cameras and add in Nelson.
Right, Nelson.
Right. So my first guest to the right hand side of me, Ben. How you doing, Ben?
I'm doing well, mate. Dave, Bez, doing well, mate. A bit of an hour, so hoping to talk about that, and yeah.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Ben. And again, making their second podcast appearance, I think 3rd show in a row, Jake. How you doing, Jake?
I'm good, thanks, Bez. Like I say, it's honour to be on the #1 Rotherham United podcast, of course. But yeah, I'm looking forward to today. Like I said, 3 times in a row, I'm just loving it. So keep myself getting out there.
Good. And yeah, I mean, we used to have quite a reliable fella in Tom, and obviously as everyone knows, he's left the he's left the podcast. So I'm pretty sure you can fill his shoes, Jake.
So it's a big ask.
It is a big ask, yeah. It is a big ask, yeah. Anyway, last but not least is Nelson. How you doing, Nelson?
I'm good. Just bring on the season.
Good. Yeah, be on the season. It is. I have to say, it is interesting that I think 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago now, I can't remember when all the signings were, but 2-3 weeks ago, I was proper dreading the season. Like I thought, the club aren't trying. There's a chance it could go down, and it is amazing what a 2-week or 3-week period can do, especially when we've brought in 4 or 5 players in that kind of 3-week period, and I'm like yourself, Nelson. Now I'm kind of looking forward to the season. I am still a bit nervous that we're missing a few players. Obviously, we'll get into that later on. Right, we have got a lot of things still to discuss. I know it is difficult having these podcasts in pre-season when not a lot happens from day to day, but I'm going to read the comments in a minute, but I just want to quickly touch on, and I mean quickly, the Phil Smith news. So I'm sure anyone who's watching and anyone who's on the podcast have heard rumours that Phil Smith has agreed a deal to take over Rotherham United from Tony Stewart. Now, it is still a rumour, but it was portrayed on the radio today. I've been told, I've not heard it, but apparently it was on Radio Sheffield, so Football 11 today. Rob Staten apparently has reported that that a deal has been agreed. So it's not as if it's like a daft rumour that someone's made up. It does seem legitimate. However, in the last 15 minutes, we KB Terrace Talk have had a message from Phil Smith himself saying that it's not true. I'm going to come to you, Jake. So a bit emotions are a bit all over the place at the minute. Obviously, 1 minute we've got a potential takeover. 10 seconds later, the person who's supposed to take it over says it's not happening. So just sum up your thoughts and sum up, do you believe the rumour? And if you do believe it, was it something you'd like to happen? So just sum up where your head is regards to Phil Smith.
Well, like I say, it's come out of absolute nowhere. Like literally, I only knew about it like an hour ago, but it's promising signs. Like I said, you know my stance on Tony Stewart. I want him gone. Like I said, the Paul Davis article made it clear that he's not bothered about Rotherham anymore. He's not even letting Alex Bruce know what's happening with the club, of course, with the non-pay money. So I really want him in. Only problem is, will he be a puppet on strings? I don't know, but either way, I just really want a change at the football club.
So Ben, I'll come to you.
Yeah.
So, do you actually believe the rumours are true, or are you unsure? Like, where do you sit in this rumour that a club, the finance of the club has been agreed, or the sale of the club has been agreed to go from Stewart, obviously, to Phil Swift? Where do you sit? Do you think it's a truthful rumour, or do you think it is just a plain old rumour?
I think we just got to wait and see what happens. In my honest opinion, it could be true, it could not be true. I'm just waiting to see what happens, to see what unfolds. But I hope it's true. I hope it's true. Like I think what Jake, I'm trying to agree on Drake here. I think, I'm just going to wait to see it happens. Bush it.
Bez.
Bez.
Okay, I'll come to you last then, Nelson. And obviously, Jake and Ben, and to be fair myself, like I'm in a situation where I do want Stuart to leave the football club now, even though the last 3 weeks you've actually got to give Tony Stewart praise because he's the one who's making these decisions to bring these players in. I know a lot of the work's done by McClaren, I get that, but it's still signed off by Tony Stewart. But even though that's the case, I still want Stewart to go. But as I kind of said in our group chat, Nelson, I actually am concerned that it's Phil Smith who seems to be the person taking over because, let's face it, Phil Smith came out in the media and stupidly said that this football club were going to finish in the playoffs last season. I mean, not only did we not finish the playoffs, we went down, and we went down by about 9 points. So, Nelson, where do you sit? First of all, do you want Stewart gone? I assume you do, but do you want him gone? And secondly, do you think that Phil Smith is the man to take Rotherham United forward?
Well, yeah. First of all, I think it's not so much I want him gone. It's more the fact I think his time's up. It's more of the point his time's up. He's done everything he could for us. And then there's obviously the part of Phil Smith. It could be, it could not be. It's a bit like a flip of a coin. It could work, could not work. It just depends. But
it does seem though, it does seem almost like a like for like change there, as in, Phil Smith. And look, I don't know this for definite, but I get the impression that Phil Smith financially is very similar to Tony Stewart. Yes, he might have a little bit more money, but if he has got a little bit more money, he's only a little bit. So is that something? Because I personally, I'll be honest, I'm greedy. I want a foreign tycoon to come in. Personally, I don't want another Tony Stewart. I want a foreign tycoon to come in and put money into the football club. So based on that, would you still be happy with Phil Smith, or are you a bit like me and you do want like a big money magnet coming in?
It would be ideal to get some money in the club, to be fair. Would be ideal, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Right. Let's get to some comments then. We have got quite a few. So first of all, thank you for joining us on this Thursday evening. And you'll have noticed as well, and I was going to say this in the beginning, but I didn't. We have now moved this time slot to 7 o'clock. And to be honest, the main reason we've done it is actually so that Rotherham United fans can watch both our podcast and the other Rotherham podcast that airs normally 8 o'clock now. I don't think those guys are actually live tonight. But obviously, when the season starts fully, I'm assuming they'll continue with their Sunday and Thursday recordings, and that's the main reason we've kind of done it. Rather than Rotherham United's not exactly a massive football club, and it is probably good to have 2 podcasts. And I'm sure Rotherham fans out there would like to be given the chance to watch both of them live if possible. And that's the reason, if you like, why we've done it. If the views kind of start to dwindle, we may look to move it back to 8 o'clock. But for the time being, it will be 7. So going forward, on a Thursday evening, the timing of this podcast will be 7 till 8. Okay. Right. Comment. Kaylee Wilson. Any more players coming in this week? Kaylee, I hope so. We've still got players who are on trial, who haven't officially signed, i.e. Brandon Williams, i.e. the Manchester United defender, Al Joffrey, I think his name is. So, yes, I hope there are some players who someone's going to comment then. No, okay. I thought one of you were going to say you'd heard something then. Go on, Jake.
I was just trying to say his name right.
It's Al Joffrey, isn't it?
Yeah, but like I say,
go on, you tell me how you pronounce his name.
Joffrey. I say you're quite bang on, to be fair.
Al Joffrey. Okay. Well, what's his first name? I'll be honest, I don't actually know his first name. Do you know his first name? Okay, you do that. Right, Kaylee Wilson, what is your lineup for Cheltenham, York, and Chesterfield? We probably will go through the lineups, Kaylee, but it'll be next week. It's difficult to go through the lineups when we're still expected to bring in at least another 3 or 4 players. Yeah. If we've got time at the end, what we'll do is we'll go through what the current best 11 is, and that'll then help us decide where we're still desperate for players in terms of position. So stay until the end of the show, and I'll try and fit that in right at the end. Okay. Peter Scott, have a good show. Unfortunately, I'm out for the other horse birthday. Nice to see a new face on again. Up those Millers. Yeah, it is, Pete, and enjoy your evening out with your missus tonight. Happy birthday to Mrs. Scott. David Carroll, great news about the football club, TS out. And yeah, David, if you listen to these guys, Ben, Jay, Nelson, it is good news, and myself as well. It's just that whether the rumours are true, I don't know. So don't get your hopes up just yet, because as I said, the KB Terrace Talk have had a message from Phil Smith, and Phil Smith kind of said he don't know anything about it. So he might not be telling us.
He could just be saying that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he might not be telling us. So that is fair point. But that's the message we've kind of had though. Scott, Ken, up for the Phil Smith Millers. Shelley, Phil Smith taking over. Anyone heard it? Yeah, we've just covered that. Shelley, hope you're well, Shelley. Not heard from you in a while. Pete Scott, I did say the signs would roll in. You did, to be fair, Pete. Fair play. We've got 8553. Yeah. Stop biting fingers. I'm not sure what that's about. Yeah, I don't know if it's because you're nervous or whatever, but yeah. No. Keon Benson, we've been in a situation with Tony Stewart before, and that's exactly right, Keon, and that's where you've got to be a little bit, I don't want to get overexcited because, as Kean rightly says, we have been in this situation before where we thought something's happening, it hadn't happened, and we've just ended up with Tony Stewart. So, yeah, I completely agree with that comment there from Kieran. Oliver Wares, Busher. Well, Oliver, we try and only have 4 on a podcast, and obviously we're trying to get the new faces in. So Bushy took a night off tonight. He will be back next Monday. In fact, he'll be back on Saturday because I imagine he'll do a watch along, and then he'll do an after-match reaction as well. So you will see Mr. Bush on Saturday, and then on Monday for Millers Monday. Samuel, I thought Phil Smith brought the ladies team. I don't know. Is that right? Anyone know if that's right?
Yeah, I saw it. I couldn't tell it. I can't guarantee you, but I'm pretty sure someone did buy the ladies team.
Okay.
I can't guarantee you.
Even if he has bought the ladies team, does that make a difference? I don't really know.
Well, he might as well buy it all then.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, I guess
it
so.
Yeah. Together.
Well, you thought that if you were buying Rotherham United, you'd get the ladies' team with it. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
I would. Yeah.
I don't know, to be fair. I mean, if that's true that the ladies' team's been bought, then obviously they're not together, are they, I guess. But I don't know myself. Alfie Dodson. Nelson, are you going to Cheltenham away?
I don't know yet. I'm going to try.
What? So what's stopping you from going, Nelson? Is it because you still want some more signings, or is it nothing to do with football related?
It's more of how am I going to get there.
Yeah, the distance is far away. To be fair,
It is
But if I don't
about 3
go,
hours
then
on
I will be
train.
watching it from home.
Can't you? Would you ever get the supporters? One of the supporters club coaches?
Yeah, that's a shout. To be fair, if there's even any seats left.
Ben, Jake, are you going to Cheltenham? I might as well ask you as well.
To be honest, mate, probably not. I'd love to go.
Same here.
But the distance is just too much. I'm sorry.
It is, yeah. It's a good 2.5 hours.
It's 3 hours on train to Cheltenham, and you've got to change in Sheffield.
Yeah, saving it for another.
Fair enough. Rotherham Gaming waiting on international clearance on 2 players. I mean, that could be a thing, and you know, I do find it funny that Rotherham United are always waiting on international clearance of players, but surely you don't need international clearance for Brandon Williams, and also the other Man United defender as well. So I think it's probably a element of sarcasm in there from Rotherham Gaming. Alfie, not 6'7" Nelson. I'm not really sure what that's about. Any idea what he's out there, Nelson? No.
I see him smirking. I think
it's just a practical joke.
It's not the stupid meme, is it? What he's on about.
Let's
move on from that.
Let's move on from that one.
Yeah. Oliver, things on Danny Ormerod, and Oliver, we will talk about Danny Ormerod then. So I'm going to come to yourself, Ben, on this one. So Rotherham have been linked with Danny Ormerod, obviously son of Brett Ormerod, who scored a playoff final winning goal for Blackpool against Cardiff. Now, Danny Ormerod is only 20 years of age, plays at AFC Fylde. I think he scored something like 35 goals in. What was that, sorry?
Yeah, 31.
31 in 27, is it? Yeah. Something like that he scored. I know when I checked, I know that he scored more goals than he had played games last season. Ben, what's your thoughts on the potential signing of Danny Ormerod?
Yeah, which position does he play in?
He's a striker. Yeah, he's Jake just said he scored something like 30 goals in 26 games last season.
Yeah. We've got Bradshaw and we've got Mullin up top. I think he could be a good striker that comes off the bench, or gets into like cup games, or starts off with cup games and then gradually progress onto league games. But yeah, I think he could be a good backup option.
Interesting. I'll come to yourself, Jake, as well then, because I think obviously if you know around the goals he has scored, I assume you've got a little bit more information on him. So what's your thoughts on this potential signing?
Well, I know he was in the Burnley Academy, and then he joined Fylde. First season playing men's football, and he's getting 31 goals in the National League North.
That's on League below as well.
Yeah, well, I think it's 2, if I'm believing.
Yeah, it's 2 leagues below. Yeah.
And if he scores 31 goals in, of course, more goals in games, then I think it's quite easier to go from National League North to League 2. Well,
I'll say
National League, honestly, if he's young and he's bagging in, don't matter what division. League 2, I think he could make the jump up.
Well, to be fair, you kind of answered the question I was going to ask you there, Jake, because, Ben, he thinks it's a big jump up. Now, I'm someone who's quite excited at this sort of player because it's almost like a young, not wonder kid as such, because obviously it's lower level, but you've got this young, lower level wonder kid, we'll call him, who's got 30 odd goals in 20 odd games. And I look at that, and even if he does struggle in League 2, I'd still want to sign him because he looks like he could do it. But every time we've signed players from the non-league, and I'll be honest, we've not signed a lot. I remember signing, and I can't think of his name. He played for Matlock Town. Cahill, is it Tom Cahill? I don't know if any of you remember this lad. But
is it past my time?
Is it what?
I'm only 18.
So Tom Cahill would have been under Robbins, so late 2000. So you would have been born 2006?
Yeah.
No,
2008.
Yeah.
No, 2008.
2008. So you'd have only been a baby then when we had Tom Cahill.
Baby Jake.
Anyway, we had a player called Tom Cahill. He wasn't like prolific or anything in like the lower leagues, but I think he had a decent record. And he came to Rotherham in League Two, and he struggled. So I guess I'm asking you, Jake. Like, then to be fair, has said that he thinks it's a big step up. Do you see it as a big step up, or do you think he could thrive in League Two with Rotherham?
Well, personally, the age is a big factor. If he were 25 plus, it's a gamble. But like I say, if he doesn't do that well in League Two, we can always loan him out, and he's definitely got at least 10 more years in him. So I think it's a low risk. Say again, Nelson.
If not more years, just look at Bradshaw and look at Mullen. Look at their ages.
Yeah, exactly. Like the fee, what I've been told, it's quite hefty for Rotherham, but who can complain? A young goal scorer bagging more goals than games. I'd just give the guy a chance. Like we've had Hugo last season, and he meant to be.
We can't. Hugo, Ekitike, can't get any worse, can we?
What's a tall lad we used to have? Etete. Like mate, we can't get more.
Yeah, Kieran Etete, you're on about, yeah.
Yeah, he's honestly, we can't get worse.
We can't get.
Bring him in.
So this last question on this player: how much would you be prepared to spend on him? Because I believe if we signed him, he has to be for a fee. So what would you be prepared to go up to?
Oh, for Rotherham standards, I know how tight Tony fancies. So
300 to 400.
I'd say no, not for. I don't think we'd spend money on that on a non-league player. To be honest, I think 80 to 100 grand. Anything more than go for someone else.
Sorry, I missed that. What did you say? How much did you say? Sorry.
80 to 100 grand. 100 grand max.
I don't know what Nelson said, but I actually think that you'll need to spend up to 500 grand on this player. I'm not saying it'd be 500, but it could be something like 250 up front. And obviously, you had all your add-ons and
installments.
Stuff. 500. Yeah. The only thing we've got is I did notice he's out of contract end of season, so that
is he? That's massive.
That might go for us. Yeah. So a good question that Oliver. I'll finish on Danny Ormerod. So right, Scott Ken. Smithy will reguff it until it's official, in my opinion, lads. It'd be mental for him to say it's all done, etc., before ink dries on anything. And yeah, Scott, to be fair, that's a fair point. And that's why we kind of did when we kind of challenged, when we said that he'd messaged our group and told us it weren't happening. He could just be trying to put us off because the deal's not done. So yeah, I completely agree with that, Scott. John Fellows, foreign owners get bored and disaster ensues. Smith is a fan, so I'd rather someone who has an emotional connection. And again, I think that's a fair point, John.
Yeah,
to be fair. I can't disagree with that. So fair point. Scott Kent, it says Sonny. That's the Man United defender. Yeah. So thanks, Scott. John Benson, if the offer is right, I'll sell. He's had many offers before and turned them down. Yes, Phil Fifth to go to Leeds team. Yeah. So thanks, Ken. Just confirming that Phil took over. Scott, yes, Smith but Leeds team. John Reckon is also on board. Okay. Big Jim, be good to hear the voice of reason. Bush on the takeover. Lee might actually do a quick video on this rumoured takeover, Jim. So yeah, just watch out for that. Oliver says Crown in, so I assume that's one of the supporters coaches that he's trying to promote for young Nelson there.
I've followed that on Facebook.
Yeah. Andrew Frost, Elliot and Ormerod. Not an update as such, Andrew. Obviously, we've just had a chat about what we think about Ormerod. Go on, Nelson.
I've seen something on it.
Yeah, what have you seen?
Well, I don't know how true it is because there's loads of scam accounts on Twitter. But apparently, I saw that he was apparently set to sign, and apparently it's rumoured between 300 and 400k. But I don't know how true that is.
Personally, I'll go not as high as Jake, but between 95 and 98,000.
It depends though, because it's depend on the market these days.
Fair enough. Okay.
Wait.
Go on, Jake.
Sorry, Bez. I'm sorry. That Boreham Wood winger, he's going for like 1 million plus to Peterborough.
Well, they rejected £1 million, didn't they? Apparently,
rejected it.
Yeah,
Boreham Wood rejecting £1 million.
Apparently so.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
and that's what I mean. That's what I do for like. And that's why I think, if you want a proven goal scorer, he's not going to cost you 50 grand. I think he's going to cost you 500. And the only reason it's 500 and not $1 million is because he's out of contract next season. That's just my opinion anyway.
The market's broken, mate.
It is broken, yeah.
Non-league
right.
North.
Yeah. Andy P, I'm hearing Ron Hull is part of the Phil Smith business too. He has the rights to Millmore. Phil Smith has the rights to IFC ladies. There could be huge moves coming soon. And it's interesting they say Ron Hull because Ron Hull has been rumoured to be part of a Rotherham consortium ever since I were like a 5-year-old lad, and that was 35 years ago. So it would be interesting to see if Ron Hull finally gets on the Rotherham board. Heard a rumour about Stephen and Zonze being one of the international clearance. Good experience of Victor being in his ear about us. Okay, I'm going to say, I'm pretty sure Nzonze is like 40 years old, isn't he, as well?
He last played for Stoke, Bez.
He went back to Stoke, didn't he?
Did he? He's 37, Nzonze. He plays for a French team called USL Dunkerque. So not for me.
I think they're second tier. I think French
second division.
Yeah, they are. They are second tier.
We definitely need players in that position.
Sorry, say that again, Nelson.
We definitely do need squad depth in midfield. We've only really got.
Well, yeah, we will come on to that later on, but the fact that we think our midfield's the strongest in the whole team, I do agree with Nelson. We do need backup, definitely. I don't think Nzonzi fits what we're trying to do, to be honest with you. I just can't see that signing at all, personally. Right. Brown or BRZ win. It's a Smelson. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah.
Sorry.
Alfie, Nelson, are you Rotherham top boy?
I don't know. There's plenty of us, isn't there?
Just say yeah. Jake talks well. He's like a young Pete. He's not his son, is he? So Big Jim is asking if you're Pete's son.
No comment. I can't say yeah or no.
Fair enough. Johnny talks where is Bushman? Yeah, so I've already said, Johnny, because we've got 4 on today and we're trying to get some of the new lads on. Bush is just taking a rest. He does that many videos a week that sometimes
give the guy a rest.
Likes to have a rest. He'll be on Saturday doing a live watch along and an after match reaction, and then he'll be back Sunday for his brand new show, which is a Yorkshire and Midlands or North Midlands kind of show where they talk about all teams from North Midlands and Yorkshire. So you've got Leeds, Rotherham, Wednesday United, Chesterfield, Mansfield, Forest, potentially Derby as well, I think. So yeah, make sure you tune into that because obviously yourself as a Forest fan, Johnny, I imagine that's something that you'll probably enjoy. Nicole, where is Bush? Yeah, I've just answered that. Andy P, Ormond will take a bigger 300k, lads. He's hot property. We need to finish this deal quickly. I completely agree, Andy. Millers and more. Cheers for kind words, Jake, but you can definitely fill my shoes, pal. Appreciate it. It was me who said the original nice words, so yeah, we'll give Jake all the credit. That's all right. Just don't threaten to blow Cardiff up. Yeah, so I don't know if you knew about that, Jake. I think Tom accidentally did threaten. I don't think he ever lasted it. To be fair, he's laughing at the 95 to 98,000. I think he's probably saying, why don't you just say 95 to 100? I think is what he's saying. That
File, are they technically a semi-professional if they're non-league North?
Do you know what? I think they are professional now. Let me just check.
I know they've got the money.
Yeah. Go on, Ben.
Are they National League or the National League North?
No, the National League now, aren't they? Because they won promotion. Yeah. So ASC File is a professional football club. So you know where back in day, like when you were in a certain league that made you either professional or non-professional, it don't work like that anymore. In the National League North, I reckon you've got 50% of the clubs that National League North are professional these days. So Yeah, ASC failed off professional.
Just had to ask, mate.
Yeah. Scott Ken, looking at least 350, 400 add-ons. Yeah, that's what I said, Scott, so agree.
Yeah, I said that as well.
You remember old man Ken pulling the plug on Hully at the 11th hour, Bez? I do, yeah, Scott, I do remember that. Is PS buying Rotherham United? We think possible David Carroll that he might be.
It's too early to tell.
Yeah, stay tuned. Yeah, stay tuned. Romov, what have I missed, lads? I'm bouncing here with all the potential from these rumours. So, what you've missed, Romov, is Phil Sith might be buying the football club, and we've just had a quick conversation about a potential new signing in Danny Ormerod, who is a natural born goal scorer who scored 31 goals in 26, 27 games last season. So hopefully he comes in. It's playing about 95, 98. Evening Brown, Miss Bushit. Yeah, he will be back. Don't you worry, Emma. He will be back. And Wills and more. Yes, Bez, thanks. Also, yeah, no problem. Tom, hope you're doing well, sir. Right, let's move on to. So, since the last podcast on Monday, we have actually made 3 signings. We've signed the 2 Dunfermline lads, and we've also signed Tom Bradshaw. I want to come to yourself, Nelson, first. So, the first question is: did you go to the friendly game on Tuesday? Did you manage to go?
I went to Sheffield United. I went to Derby. I'm going to West Brom on Saturday. So
okay,
I've been to that. And
okay. So the 2 Dunfermline lads, I'm going to get the names in a minute because I've kind of forgotten them.
One's Otoo,
only one played on Tuesday. The other one didn't play at all, did they? So the centre half didn't play at all. I'm trying to think who's the left back who
Ngwenya, mate.
It's that Otoo, isn't it?
Well, yeah, so Otto was the one who played and Ngwenya didn't play. So first of all, Nelson, what were your thoughts on Otto against Derby on Tuesday night?
He looked really well. He started, I think it looks like he started. It looked like we played. It looked like at first it looked like it was like a 3-back, but then I looked at it properly. It looked like we were playing. It's looking like we're going 4-back. It's looking like he's going to be an option for us at left back. So it's looking like he started off at left back, and from what I saw from that side, he was working really well with that Sheffield United loanee on the left. He looks fast. He looks agile on it. It looks good. He's 10 times the left back of Reece James. That is for certain. Okay. If there's any Wednesday fans on this, and you lot have got him on trial, I'm just going to say good luck. Mr. 1 foot I scored last season.
I actually mind James. I didn't think you were excellent, but I didn't actually mind you. I don't think he was the worst, the biggest issue we had at the football club last season. Put it that way.
Cameron Dawson.
Yeah. And Nelson, I agree. Otto did play left back, which I let's face it, I don't think none of us know a lot about these 2 signings. And I was told that Otto is not like a positional player. He's someone who's quite versatile, he can play anywhere on the pitch. But because he did play left back, you're right, he did play left back. It does look like our left-hand side is now sorted because 2 weeks ago we didn't have 1 left back at the football club, and now we've got 2 because we've got Otto and we've got the Viavi from Sheffield United as well. So that's probably now finalised. Go on, Nelson.
But it's also looking like that Sheffield United kid's not going to be used as a wing back, because as I watched the game go on, he moved more on into the wing because he played on left hand side.
What formation did you think we were playing on Tuesday?
It looked like 4-3-3, but more deep. So
I agree. Yeah, so
1 up front.
4-5-1.
Yeah, the 1 up front. So that's why I'm thinking on Saturday we could have. I don't know. I noticed how we played Tavares up front, but I think that's just because obviously we didn't have obviously Bradshaw didn't sign on. Mullin weren't completely match fit, and then but he's come out and said that Tavares is not going to be a striker for us. He's going to be more of a winger, which he looks better out on wing. He's fast.
Yeah, for me, Tavares really struggled up front against Derby.
He's not big enough. You need a big target man if you're going to play long ball.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I actually agree with a lot of what you're saying there, Nelson, to be fair. Otto did play left back, and it did look like Biavu was rather deep, but played like on the left-hand side of midfield. So
It looks really
I
good.
actually think... Oh, sorry.
Sorry. It looks that is it Biabu from Sheffield United.
Yeah,
It looks
Biavu,
really good.
yeah.
I know. I was watching him very closely. Some of his balls in boxes were really good. Obviously, we had Tavares on the first half. He weren't quite getting in there. Maybe if we'd had Mullin or Bradshaw now up there with it, like in the box, because he's got a really good cross on him. He's got some good skills on him. He looks fast as well. Looks like a proper good winger. He's got a good bright future ender, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah, and I agree with a lot of what you're saying there as well, Nelson. So, Jacob, come to yourself. So, let's quickly discuss the other Dunfermline player. Now, I know you can't obviously discuss what he played like on Tuesday because he didn't play, but and you might not know a lot about him. Obviously, he's been in Scotland. Am I right in thinking that Dunfermline were in the Championship?
Yeah.
I think that's right. So, what do you know about this player? And from what you know, do you think this appears to be a good signing or not?
Right, I'll be honest, I've never heard of him before, but I know that he played in the Celtic under-21s with Agbire, so that's a link.
And if people don't know who that is, that's Lenny.
Yeah, Lenny
Interesting.
Agbire.
Yeah. Interesting.
And like I say, I never slag players off, unless, of course, they've got history behind them. I just think, just give him a chance. We don't know much about him, so I can't really comment on it, to be honest.
Let me ask you a question, right? So we one issue that I've got, and we were talking about this at in the pub after the game on Tuesday. So we've actually got, I think, something like 7 centre backs at the football club, something like that.
Yeah,
now, I personally want this, and that doesn't include the Man U player, right? So if we were to sign him, that goes up to 8. Okay, I actually want another centre back on top of him because I want an experienced centre half. Are you worried that from a defence point of view that we haven't got enough experience?
Yeah, 100%. The first podcast.
Yeah, again, there's also
saying,
Rafs who can play there.
I hate
that's
Rafs.
true. Yeah.
I don't hate him.
But he won't play there in a back four, though. He won't play there in a back four.
No, he'll get absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, sorry. Go on, Jake. Do you agree with we do need experience? Do you think?
Well, the first podcast, I was saying we need an experienced defender. Everyone was like, "Oh, get Tom Lees in," but I think he's an absolute dinosaur, mate.
He's gone anyway.
Never rated him. Yeah, dinosaur.
So last thing, asking Jake. Sorry. Which players then, who are defenders, would you like to go out on loan and to make way for an experienced defender?
Out on loan, probably Adebayor. I just think I'm not really a big fan of him. He's not terrible, but for me, he's a bit clumsy. Like the penalty, like Smodic knew what he was doing. To be fair, but
it weren't
in my eyes.
It weren't like the thing is, Jake. I had this debate with Bushy actually. If you watch it on TV, it looks a penalty, but we were all sat behind the goal because that was the only stand open, and you just couldn't. You just weren't a penalty.
He knew what he was doing.
You think
typical Smodic style.
Yeah, it just weren't a penalty. Right, Ben, we'll move on to yourself. So the third signing we've made in the last couple of days is Tom Bradshaw. So a bit of an easier question for yourself because obviously he's a bit more well known and he's well known around these parts. Obviously, I've been played for Barnsley. So thoughts on this signing? Do you think he'll play? Do you think he'll be a squad player? Let me know what you think of him.
Yeah, I think he was Oxford last season. I think.
Barnsley last season.
He scored twice against us.
He scored twice against us in the fixture against us.
I mean, if he can do well for Barnsley, he can do well for us. I do see him being a squad player. I do see, with the help of Mullin, I think he can get 10+ goals this season, and I think we're having that with that well-known player in Mullin for support. I think he can feature a lot. Maybe not in like the first or second rounds. If the FA Cup, if we do get to the second round, it'll be that the other player. But I think I think he could be a good top striker for League Two, and he is. And he is going to do it for us, I think.
Okay, Jake, just quickly your thoughts on Bradshaw.
It's going to be controversial, but there is warning signs, mate. With Bradshaw, 3 goals in 4 years. Barnsley fans were happy to get rid of him. Like I said, I can't say much. He scored twice against us, and something about him, he's aging, and 4 goals in 3 years. Don't matter what league it is. I'm sorry, but he can't be first team. He can't be playing every week. Definitely bench player.
Sorry, Bez. Jake, so do you think you'll start that other player then?
Yeah, I want Mullin and someone else.
Yeah,
for me, Bradshaw's a bench player. I know it's controversial, but
Jake, are you happy that he's current as a bench player, or you were a bit disappointed thinking we could have got someone better?
We definitely could have got someone better. But like I say, he might end up doing well. I can't say until he's played.
Okay. Nelson, quickly your thoughts on Bradshaw? You've got 1 pro, 1 against. Where do you sit?
I like him. I really do like him. I have a lot of mates that I've got a few Oxford mates. I've got a few mates that were Millwall fans and a few that are Barnsley fans. And when we played Barnsley at home last season, he tore us apart.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got a big shirt number on his back, the big number 9, as we all know, the number 9 shirt.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, obviously Hugo had that last season. But no, I think I do agree with where it'll be more probably off the bench because we're looking like we're going to play 1 striker, or if we do get this young striker in, it's probably not ideal to have 2 older ones up front together. It's probably better to have an old and a younger striker. So I think what will happen is I think he'll rotate between Mullin and Bradshaw.
Okay.
So I like the signing, but just have to see what he does.
Okay. My opinion quickly is I'm a bit like Jake. Actually, I'm a bit unsure on him. I actually don't like players who are like older than 32. That's why I don't mind Mullin, because 31 you can still be classed as not past it, in my opinion. This Bradshaw's like 33, I think, or 34. If he's going to be a backup, then I'm happy with that. That's fine. But yeah, we do need someone else who needs to get in front of Bradshaw, in my opinion. So if we sign the Ormerod, then Bradshaw would be third choice, in my opinion. Right, let's go on to some more comments. So, Romov, Danny Ormerod makes us money, I have no doubt. There's a chance he can, but as I was saying earlier, sometimes the jump can be bigger than you think from National League North to League Two.
It's a big jump.
And also, as well, Rotherham United aren't a League Two side. So this lad's got to actually jump from the Conference North to League One, because Rotherham generally look for League One signings. You know, like Paul Mullin, you could argue is a League One football player, just as an example. So he's got a lot of jumping, if you like, to do. I actually, as I said at the start, I would love to sign him, but I'm not the person who's going to lose money on it. So to me, it's a no-lose situation, because we sign him, he does rubbish, gets released, we've lost 500k. Don't bother me, because I've not spent that money. But I am excited by him because of the goals he's scored. Big Jim, I've been told that Bushy Feet and Bez are part of the group behind the club. All adds up. Yeah, you're right. We've got our little consortium going there, Jim, trying to buy the club. I mean, if Tony Stewart's not accepting some fees from the likes of Phil Smith, there's absolutely zero chance he accepts a bid from me, Bushy, and Pete. Damien Cowood. Des, any news on Dango? Damo? No. I'll be honest, Damien or Damo. The rumours that he's going to Middlesbrough aren't true, so he's not going to Middlesbrough. It's very, very, very unlikely that Rotherham United will get him. I think the only hope we've got is if somehow McClaren can kind of pull him in. But I just can't see it, I'm afraid. So I would take as though that we're not signing it. Sorry, say that again, Nelson.
If it comes down here, it's a big drop and it's a big pull. Like I know how much he loves the club. Like I follow him on Instagram, and he liked every Instagram post. He liked all the posts that we do, and so he clearly loves the club. But I don't think he'll drop down to League One.
Yeah.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Well, if you look at player-wise, why would he want to drop division? He's young. Like I say, he'll probably be joining like a Stockport or a Championship team at minimum.
I can see him going Championship. I think he's ready.
What? Yeah, I mean, what's the max you think Rotherham? Jake, I'm asking you, Jake. What's the max you think Rotherham can offer a player in wages this season?
I think Paul Moore's on about $5,000 because if Moore's probably on
$5,000. What do you think Dango can get if he went to a Championship club?
Double
his wage.
I was going to say 20 grand. So whatever it is, it's a lot more than what he'll get. And even though people never admit it, this game's about money, I'm afraid. And I think even if he loves Rotherham, I reckon if Rotherham offered him $5,000 and let's say Burton offered him $5,500, I think he'd go for Burton. Yeah, I do. Yeah,
100% agree, Bez.
Yeah.
Bang on.
Right, Oliver. So 4-2-3-1. So I think that's referring to the formation against.
Could be. That is
a good shout. Well, I think 4-3-3, 4-5-1, 4-2-3-1. They're all very similar formations. It's just that the midfield is different in these formations. So you've got a flat three. Go on, Nelson.
When it comes to pre-season, I don't know if any of these lads, but obviously I have a lot of the footballing apps that show you what formation we actually are. Obviously, but when it comes to
Flash Scores.
Yeah, like Flash Score, Fop Mob and stuff like that. I have them all. There's obviously in pre-season it doesn't show you that.
Oh, does it not? Okay. Well, so to be fair, did any of you listen to Alex Bruce's post-match preview interview today?
Yeah,
he's done an interview today, and what I did like about what he said with regards to formations, because Rod Staten asked him about bringing in Tom Bradshaw. Does that mean you're going to play a different formation? And Alex Bruce basically said what it gives us is it gives us the options to play more than one formation for that season, and that's what I like. I like that if we can.
I like Bruce a lot. I do
as well. Yeah. Right, Romoff, Adebayo gives me proper mule vibes. Skeggy Beach, he should be playing on. Yeah, I have to say, I don't like Adebayo at all. Like, I know we've got Adebayo and Agber, and I think neither of them are great. I'd prefer Agber to Adebayo. I don't know what the thoughts of the group are.
I agree with you, Bez.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Bez.
Yeah,
Nelson.
But I agree, but this is where it is. Obviously, he scored in his debut, didn't he? But that doesn't
after that, just disappeared after that.
Not what you said to Rice. You're supposed to know how to defend, aren't you? But
Samuel, Tom Bradshaw scored 3 goals in 4 years. Jake did mention that, and I suppose that is a worry. The only thing I'd say in response to that, and I was going to say in response to Jake, to be fair, is that he's never been at League 2 level. As in that 4-year period, I mean, he's not been at League 2. And I think you're going to find, bear in mind, Rotherham's not been at this level for about 15 years. I think you're going to find that this level is horrendous.
It's terrible. And
everyone thinks that
horrific.
Yeah, everyone thinks that League 1 was poor. Just you wait till you watch this league. I think you're going to find a lot worse. Yeah. Nothing more. It is what it is pre-season. We beat West Brom on Saturday, so Tom Quince will beat West Brom. We're going to come to West Brom in a minute, Tom, so if you bear with us. John Fellows, our recent experienced defenders, Hall, Morrison, Ayala, Raggett, Jules. I'd rather have some young, hungry players.
Don't mention Ayala and Jules to me ever again.
And John, you're 100% correct. I guess what we're trying to say is that all those defenders didn't have a great time at Rotherham United, but we need just one experienced defender to kind of help nurture these young players. That's what I think we're trying to say. There's that famous line, and I know that Man United did end up winning the league that year, but you don't win anything with kids. Apart from Man U winning league, it is very rare you do see a team of youngsters win stuff. So, we definitely need at least one experienced defender to come in. Samuel, 10 years too late to sign him. I remember Paul Warren wanting him. That was Tom Bradshaw. Yeah, we were after him, weren't we?
Mentioned that in his
When he
interview
was at
that he's been
Walsall.
close.
Yeah. Romoff, I agree with Jake. I think Bradshaw will rotate with Mullin play the end of matches. Yeah, so he agrees with you there, Jake. Danny, evening lads. Starting to feel like a good, well-rounded squad. Not every signing is going to be amazing, but as a squad, I'm quite confident. And Danny, it's exactly what I said at the start of the podcast. Completely agree with you. And I'm almost scared that we're getting a little bit overexcited because Rotherham always let you down. They always let you down. So we need to try and not get too ahead of ourselves. That's what I would say. Fluffy Penguin. Apparently Smith announced that tomorrow. Wonder if Tony dropped price has fell through when we got relegated as Tony would drop price. Smith be good for sponsors. And again, is that right? I don't know if he'd be good for sponsors. I don't really know a lot of that, Phil Smith. But yeah, interesting to see if he's going to be there tomorrow. Scott, to be honest, Mullin has only scored 10 in 3 years. So he's only scored 10 in 3 years, Jake. I mean, he has had a few injuries. That's a fair point. He has had a few injuries, to be fair to him. And I don't think he's played a lot. I think if you added the total amount of games he started, it's not a lot.
You've also, can I say something on that? You've also got to think of Paul Mullin. Part of that has been he's been in and out of the team. Wigan, to be fair, Mullin's another striker who owes us a few goals, just like Bradshaw does. He loves a goal at New York.
He does,
I remember when Wrexham came to when
he scored,
when he scored 16 minutes in, so he clearly has got a sight for goal. That's why I was over the moon with. If I don't know how many lads went to Derby, but when he was warming up, he got the most biggest applause I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, he did. I heard that as well. Yeah, didn't he? I'm positive that when Wrexham beat Rotherham 1-0 and he scored, I thought he was the first minute. Yeah, 16 seconds he scored. Yeah, I thought it were 16 seconds. Is that what you said? 16 seconds. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it was
Nelson?
very. I thought
you said 16 minutes. So like, I thought 16 At Romoff, I could see God getting bought by a champ club and loaned to League One. Maybe. I personally think he was good enough to play in Championship myself. So if you got the right club, like I'm not saying he'll get into like a Burnley or a Wolves, one of the teams will come down, but I think he can get like a top 10 club, like a Norwich, and play. I really do. Yeah, they are. Romoff, Agver wins miles more in the air and likes to push forward in an attack. Do you agree with that, Ben?
Yeah, I do. I do, and I also want to go back to the.
I've liked the look of Lenny during pre-season.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, go on, Ben. You want to go back to something you said?
What we were discussing before that. Just before you said that comment about literally about 10 seconds ago. What?
We were talking about Paul Mullin scoring after 16 seconds, and then we were talking about Dan Gore being good enough to play Championship.
I think he would, and I think he could get into like a Bolton side or like to get more experience.
That's not a bad shout.
To be fair, Bolton or Lincoln, because they're tipped to go down. So
I actually think Lincoln's. I think zero chance Chris Lincoln because I think that's a football club who are going to have a bad season. Now, I know it's obvious to say that a club of their size going to the Championship, they'll struggle, but they've lost the manager, they've lost a couple of their best players. It wouldn't surprise me if they didn't get 30 points, to be honest with you. Harry Hendels, first time Wrexham tried that all season and only worked against Hampshire Masterclass. Yeah, that's true.
Big boy at it again.
Right, that's all comments read. Just quickly, I'll come to Nelson. Then, did you say you were at the Derby game?
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't.
So I'll just ask Nelson then. So, just quickly, Nelson, what were your thoughts on the Derby performance? Well, Rotherham performance at Derby.
The first half, we looked good. We are definitely organised at the back, which is 10 times better than last season. We didn't have a clue last season. But again, we did have a big boy in charge. But yeah, but now the first half performance, I thought we was okay. Went in obviously goal down. probably should have been 0-0, but the referees. Then second half, I thought we were absolutely fantastic. Didn't let Derby. What I've watched, what I like from us is when we don't let teams like settle, like let them come at you. We went at them. Arguably, in my eyes, I think we should have won that game. Obviously, it don't mean I don't like, but we looked really good. Wingers look fairly good. That Neiman's only small on the is that's
the Mane, yeah, the Mane, yeah.
Yeah, he's only small, but he's fast. He reminds me a little bit of a smaller Benny, but yeah, he's got it. Look really good front wings. We like passed it into midfield, like midfield's making some runs. My favourite part in this team is the midfield because I'm not going to say it's obviously high expectations of the Dan Barlas and Wiles and Rathbone midfield, but it feels sort of similar to that, where we've got obviously Spence reminds me a lot of what Rathbone did, which is run all the time. Then that Ashley, I was really happy with Ashley. He didn't start the game, but he came on and obviously got his goal. And what I noticed a lot is from Derby, they were passing it around a lot around the back, and they were making some mistakes. Cobra probably should have scored in the first half, but didn't. They didn't learn from the mistakes. Second half, and we scored from it. So it's looking like we're going to be a very pressure-built team, which is good.
Okay. I don't disagree with any of that what you said. Right. Let's move on to the last thing I want to talk about. So, Rotherham United start their, I suppose, 26-27 season on Saturday with a League Cup game against West Bromwich Albion. I'm going to come to yourself, Jake, first. So, historically, all teams in the EFL generally play the first game of the season on a Saturday with their strongest 11 or what they think their strongest 11 is. And then they go to the League Cup game on the Tuesday or the Wednesday and they make 8, 9, 10 changes. Now, this is slightly different because obviously we're playing a week before season starts. So I've got a couple of questions for you. So number one, how do you think Rotherham will approach the game? Do you think they'll approach it like EFL clubs normally do, where they don't play the strongest team, they play half and half? Or do you think they'll go out and try and win the game with their best 11? And lastly, what would you like to see them do out of those two options?
I'd like to see them do their strongest team because, like I say, we need a strong start. Like I say, if we have a bad start of the season, I'm telling you, everything's gonna go bad. Because number one, people have no patience anymore. We've had to have so much patience since we got relegated in the Championship. Number two, the crowd will definitely get back, not behind, but against the against the players. And I think we just need a really good start. That's all we need, just a good start, high pressing like we were against Derby. I'm not bothered about the result yet, just how we play. I'm not bothered about that cup. If we lose it, we lose. We're not going to win it, so that's all I want.
So I actually agree with you. The only thing that I was going to challenge you on was, so you're right, when Rotherham United and football fans in general, with the least patient type of person in the entire world, but surely with us playing a team who were like 200 of others, West Brom should really be dominating against Rotherham with us being League Two and their being Championship. So with that in mind, if Rotherham did get hammered in terms of like the way they played, so not losing 10-0, but West Brom dominated the ball.
Yeah, outplayed us.
Do you really think that fans would start turning just quickly like that, or do you think it's a case of it is West Brom, let's just put that one to bed and then we'll see how they perform against Cheltenham?
Personally, I do think, of course, the fans won't turn, of course, the first game. But I don't know. I just think we just need to see something. I'm not saying that every fan's going to turn. But after like 5 games in League Two, like EFL don't really count, trophy don't count. But in League Two, we definitely need to have a good start. That's when I say the fans might.
Totally agree with you.
Do you know what is interesting as well? And I was thinking this today. So again, if you go back 4 weeks, right? Rotherham had made, I think, 3 signings at this mark, or maybe 2 signings, I can't remember which. And the fixtures were out, and we had Cheltenham away, York and Chesterfield at home. And I can remember thinking, oh dear, Even if we bring in some great players, they're going to go into those games and they're going to struggle because York and Chesterfield are, two of the better sides. Cheltenham's away from home and will not gel. And we could end up on like 1 point after 3 games. And I went panicking, but I was concerned. However, in the space of a week, though, York City look like they're in the right mess now, sacking the manager, bringing a new manager in. The new manager, the fans want him out already. They're singing, so-and-so, get out of the club.
I think that's really unfair. That's really
unfair.
It's got to be unfair.
The club's still in a bit of a mess, right?
Yeah, the chairman's a wanker, mate.
Yeah, and also, Chesterfield, they've actually signed 15 players. So they're in the same boat as us. So I actually think Rotherham now should be beating these sides. You've not got the excuse of, they've got to gel, because Chesterfield's got 15 signings as well, which is more than Rotherham at the minute.
And they're set to sign, they might be signing Benson as well.
Benson, yeah, I've seen that, yeah. Anyway, I'll move on to yourself then.
Yes.
Same sort of questions to yourself. So West Brom coming up. I know we'd obviously like to win the game, but are you someone who you'd rather play an half-hearted side, so you've got your strongest side for Cheltenham, or would you rather go in all guns blazing and play your strongest side?
The thing is all I want is to have no injuries. I know it's only a cup match, and I know it's West Brom, but if we're looking at what's more important, us getting into the second round, which I hope we do, or do we put some of the reserves out, kids and stuff, to get a few minutes into them, and then I'd rather have no injuries going into Cheltenham. I'd rather focus on Cheltenham than West Brom, because like what Jake says, we're not going to win. We're not going to win cup. So my thing is, if we do get through, we get through. But I don't want no injuries going into Cheltenham, because I want to go into that Cheltenham match with full fitness.
Okay, fair point. And lastly, Nelson, I'll ask you the same. So I know you want to win the game. Are you going to go in full guns? So again, you've got Jake and Ben who have kind of gone against each other a little bit. Jake says he wants to play strongest side and win. Ben wants us to make sure we don't get injuries. So where do you sit on it?
I totally understand the injury part, but I also do think that we're going to set up fairly. I think we're going to set up strong, because you've got to think it's a higher opposition. It's first competitive game for the club, for the team. There's going to be a lot of new players. It's a whole new system. It's a new manager, new players. He's gonna. I can see him maybe. I don't think Bradshaw's gonna play. I think he said in his interview it could be too late for him, so I think Mullen will play. And then it's just, I think we'll go in. I think we're going strong and try and win the game. And if we play anything like we have done in pre-season, where we've actually played bits and pieces of what we can do, I think we could win the game. Plus, obviously, it's at our ground, so we've got our side fans behind it. I know there's not many tickets. There's not even open sides for this game either, I don't think. I only bought my ticket yesterday. So
I've not got mine yet, but I will get it. Is it behind the goal again? Is it just behind the goal?
That's what it looked like.
I think we're gonna have a more detailed view on Sky.
I read something on Facebook. Apparently, they've more or less sold the away end out.
Like 2,600.
The last I saw, they sold just over 1,000, but that was Tuesday. Because we've got a West Brom fan at work, and I was checking then, and he said that they sold just over 1,000, but they could have sold.
It was 2,600 when I checked last.
Right, yeah, that's fair play to them then. Right, last few comments, and then we'll probably leave it there. Realm of, agree with the Bolton Dan Gorshow from Ben would be a good fit or perfect fit. Agree Lincoln are going to beat our record. Yeah, I agree. Scott Kent, just don't take a hammering and no injuries. Next week's more important. So Scott, again, agreeing with Ben. Chris Wright, Alex Bruce's interview today was a good watch. He spoke well, and his assessment was bang on. And yeah, Chris, we have actually talked about that earlier on in the podcast, and I completely agree. Every time I first listen to Alex Bruce, he does seem to speak really well, and you can tell as well that he's got so much experience around him that it's almost going to be difficult for him to fail. So I'd say we're in a good position at the minute. Go on, Nelson.
Yeah, I think it's it's far due for us to do something. We've had 3 terrible seasons.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And I've been a season to get older.
Yeah.
From all. I think it's about time we saw some glory.
Agreed. Yeah. And Arthur Bushby, these are the best team in Yorkshire, and that reminds me. So as I mentioned earlier, Arthur, we have got a brand new show starting on Sundays, which will be discussing Yorkshire and North Midlands teams, so including your beloved Leeds United. So make sure you tune into that. I believe Bushy will be hosting that one as well, because I just dropped something here. Make sure you join that. Kaylee, I hate Leeds because they are on my team. I think she means rivals. Rotherham down bottom of the table again. I don't think so, Arthur. I think you'll find that wrong.
I know you'll want us to, but I don't see it happening. Not this season.
Big Jim says we'll win the first 3 league games, no problem. And then Kaylee supports Manchester United. So we'll leave it there. We're just at over 100. So first of all, I'll thank my guests, Ben, Jake, and Nelson. Thank you very much for joining me. Before we go, as I always say, don't forget to like and subscribe. As you'll have seen, we are going to be doing a competition where you can win £100 voucher at the club that you support. So if you're a Man U fan like Kaylee, you can get a Man U voucher. If you're a Leeds fan like Orv, you get a Leeds voucher. Rotherham fan, you get a Rotherham voucher, etc. We've done £100, so it'll allow you to buy the kits or shirts, because there are some shirts I have seen over £100 in the Premier League, which is absolutely scandalous. But that's the reason why we've got that. Yeah. As I said, in order to do the competition, we need to get to 2,000 followers on YouTube. We are currently on 1.94, which means we need about 60 more followers to get to 2,000. And to be fair, since I released the video a few days ago, we have gained about 300 to 400 followers, which is excellent.
Okay, massive, mate.
That's massive.
Yeah.
That's absolutely massive.
It is good. When I said 60 followers, I meant 600 followers, not 60. 600 followers. So make sure you click that follow button. Don't cost you anything. All it does is it'll let you know when we go live. And I think today as well, obviously we've changed the time, which I mentioned at the start of the podcast, and I think that might have hindered some of the views. We normally have about 1,000 people watching. It's been more at like 400 today. So, make sure if you have visitors, you go back and watch it. And then from next week, make sure you do join from 7 o'clock. So, once again, thanks to our guests. Thanks to all you guys. Thanks for your comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And this is the last time we'll talk before Rotherham's first game of the season. So come on, Millers.
Bring it on.
Bring it on. Those Millers. See you, everyone. Bye.
Millers. All right. Take care, boys.